welcome to the Windrush 70 segment, and that is supported by the Heritage Lottery Fund. And I'm very, very, very pleased to have back as part 2 of Allan Wilmot, Allan Charles Wilmot, the ex-serviceman. But obviously, as I mentioned last time, that's not all of Allan's life. We're going to talk about the other aspect of his life. So I'd like to welcome Allan back.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Fantastic. So my next question from last week is, we talked about your life as a serviceman, but I know that you arrived here on the Allan Mansoura on the 21st of December in 1947. So can I ask, so you were demobbed, you went back to Jamaica, and then you came back to the UK. Yeah. So how did you find that? What happened?
Well, I went through some frightening experience because I felt at the time that I've been to England before and I know my way around. But when I came here, as a civilian, it was a different cup of tea because they didn't want to know. Nobody wanted to know. You go around, you see the signs, no Irish, no dogs, no coloured, and things like that, which was very upsetting. For instance, now, you couldn't get any hotel or anywhere to stay, right? So we had to catch, me and a friend of mine, we had to catch the last tube at the end of the line and sleep on the tube until daylight, and then we come back to London.
Wow.
You see? And we went through that for a couple of weeks as well because it was the Christmas period, you see?
So do you know when you see people leave the boat, so did you have a suitcase with you? So you were sleeping on the tube with your suitcase and your clothes?
No. Oh. We left a suitcase at the left luggage.
Okay.
All we had was our toothbrush and things.
Okay.
But they were always vacant. Every time you go, there was places where casual labor.
Yes.
You could all washing plates and all that.
Yes.
I used to wash plates in the Cumberland Hotel. And years after, I went there as a star when I entered show business.
Wow, that must be such a drastic change.
And I sat there smiling, and nobody knew I was smiling about.
Yes.
But we had to have police escort.
Yes.
To get in the place,
Yeah.
with this hit record. And I said, imagine, not so long ago, I was behind there washing plates.
Wow. So, because I just need to, because I think that some people forget of how hard it was when you got here, because you said, you were sleeping on the tube because you couldn't find anywhere. So how did you eventually find somewhere to live? Like what did you do?
After a while, the Irish now, they were here before, the Irish, and they realized now that they could let their spare room, and one or two of the fellas got friendly, and it started to loosen up a bit.
Yeah.
So you eventually find yourself getting a room.
Yes.
But sometimes two or three, you got to share the room,
Wow.
But gradually things got better, and then we started the partnership business where you all get together and get a deposit for a place, and then life change.
Yes.
Life start changing for the better, and then they realize now that you could at the beginning the only thing that you could get is washing up plates or dirty work or something.
Yes.
But nothing professional.
Yes.
Because as far as they're concerned, you couldn't be a mechanic, you couldn't be a carpenter, you couldn't be a tradesman.
Wow.
And then they realized that all these guys, have a trade, and then things start to change.
So you're saying that you fought in World War II, you came over to the UK, and then people treated you like nothing, and you could have died so many times, and then they treated you like that.
Yes, well,
were you not angry? Were you not? How did you feel?
No, I tried not to be angry because it was so obvious that I knew nothing, about you. For instance, I got posted to Ireland, and we were the first black human being that they saw. So can you imagine reception? We walked around like we came out the sky. But after a while, things fit in.
Yeah.
And I can't, I can't complain. I had a lovely time in Ireland.
Okay. So you came before the Windrush?
Hmm?
You
Oh yes, I came in the
Windrush.
Almanzuro.
Okay.
And the Windrush was a couple of months after, 1948.
And who was on the Windrush?
My brother.
Your brother.
Yeah,
And what's your brother's
he was
name?
also in the RAF,
Yes.
Youth Rescue.
Yes.
Harold Wilmot. He was the father from the present comedian, Gary Wilmot.
Yes.
That was at the Palladium over the Christmas season.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So did you obviously you went to meet your brother?
Yes, I went to meet my brother there.
And how was that meeting? How did you feel?
Well, what they do now, they put them in the shelter. They had to put them in the shelter for a while, for a couple of weeks.
So that was completely different from how you had.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
You see, because I didn't have anything at all, because my ship was mostly ex-servicemen that went to Jamaica and got on holiday, got stranded in Jamaica, and the troop ship was a godsend,
Yes.
got to come back to England, because some of the chaps married and had to leave their wife in England and come to Jamaica.
Okay.
So it was just a few of us, and when they came back now, all these guys, they went straight to where they were associated with.
Yes.
So just a few of us really had a warm time fitting in.
Yes. Yes.
But we eventually, because it was around the time that they started this Nationality Act,
Yes.
and then they decided to do something, especially for the ex-servicemen.
Yes.
And I was one of the first black postmen.
Wow.
6 of us
Yes.
at King Edward Building in the city.
Yes.
Yeah, that was in 1948.
Wow.
Well, I did a couple of months there, but I said to myself, no, that's not me. I don't want to be a postman for the rest of my life.
You thought, I want to enter show business.
That's right.
And so how did that work? So you came here and...
The show business is started at an early age, because every Wilmot is a singer.
Yes.
And the attitude and the atmosphere that I grew up in.
Yes.
Because even in the forces, I used to do a little bit in the forces.
Yes, yes.
Overseas broadcasts and all that.
Yeah.
And then at that time now, anything in black entertainment was American. The black Americans had it for themselves. And a friend of mine that came up on the Almanzuro, he had the idea that we could do just as much as the Americans do. And he suggested that we form a group.
And the name of your group?
And that group, the name of that group was the Ken Hunter Quartet.
Yes.
So we ran for a year or so, and things wasn't going too well.
Okay.
And I said, well, no, I got to do something else with my life, So we disbanded. I came out that.
Okay. And so what happened next?
Well, I got a job in a bookstore.
Yes.
As what you call book collector.
Yes.
Now, when you go to a bookstore and you order, they haven't it in print, and you order the thing, they say come back a couple of days.
Yes.
And my job, I got to go and find.
Yes.
I got to go to the publishers and find the books.
So how did the Southlanders come into it?
Oh, the Southlanders came into it now. Edric Connor, he was a top actor at the time, and he got a contract. They realized that there were no West Indian on records, and he got the contract. And of course, he had to have a backing group, and he knew that we ex backing group singers were around. He contacted me and my brother, and we formed a group just for the record. But the record was so successful that Edric said, well, you got to be to be professional, because I have to go out and I can't go out on my own without a backing.
Yes, yes.
So we got to form a group, and that was.
But you didn't mention the song. What was the song that was so successful? What was the song that was so successful?
The first one was Alone. Must I Be Alone?
Yes.
But the one that really caught on was I'm a mole and I live in a hole.
That's very famous.
That was the one that really put us on the map.
Yes, yes.
In the period, we think like, ain't that a shame?
Yes.
Have you ever been lonely?
Yes.
Alone was, we made quite a few records, but nothing big.
Yes.
as the mole in the hole.
Wow.
Mm.
But I know that you've performed with so many other people throughout
yes.
your career.
Oh yes. Well, as the years go by, you know, all the at that time Elvis Presley was the big thing,
Yeah.
and they were all dying for an English Elvis Presley.
Yes.
So they start taking people like Cliff Richards and Thomas Steele,
Yeah.
you know, to be the next pop group.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do the time on the stage because they weren't in the business long enough, you know.
Yes.
And we had the material,
Yes.
so we could do it. So I was always in work, but not making a fortune, you know.
Yes, yeah. But it was what's incredible about, I think, the Southlanders is the fact that you did everything. You did R&B, you did calypso,
Yes,
you did
we
everything.
tried everything.
Yes.
We
yes.
tried everything, you know, because those were the days of you trying to have a breakthrough.
Yes.
You know, if you have something new and it catches on,
Yes.
you're away.
Yes, yes. And I have to ask you, sorry, why were you called the Southlanders?
That happened in an office. Sid Green was our manager, and we sat down, what name we got, and we says, well, Islanders, this and that, and Southern, and so up to this day I can't remember who shouted out Southlanders. And I said, that's it.
Who shouted that out?
I tried to remember who it was.
Yes, yes.
You know,
yes.
but you are together,
Yes.
and you really can't say whose voice it was.
Yes, yeah.
But right away, that caught on.
Wow, that's incredible. But I have to say, you do remember an awful lot because I just feel like you have such a good memory of all of the things that happened.
Yeah, well, looking back, I think, you know, I inherited the special gift because you asked me things when I was 3 years of age, and I can tell you.
Yes.
I can tell you right through and through, you know, and over the years,
Yes.
things that happened, you know, I can remember.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like you got so much more to talk about, so I'm going to have to trying to request you back. Again, thank you so much for talking about
it's a
the
pleasure.
Southlanders. Thank you for talking about all the other aspects of when you first came here. And yes, I have to bring you back. We have to bring you back. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
No problem at all. And we're going to hand back to Lavinia.